Hey everybody, it's Chris Tillis here with Keller Williams. I'm here with Tom, works with Keller Home Loans. We're just going to really go over what the FHA loan is real quick and how you get to that. So, Tom, what is an FHA loan?
That's a great question. So FHA loan is basically a government-backed loan, okay? So the FHA programs that are out there for home buyers are to make home buying easier for the mass public that's out there, okay? So what does that mean? With FHA, we're able to accept lower credit rates, right? So credit scores are going to be a determining factor when it comes to a lot of things, when it comes to not only the rate that you're going to qualify for, but also just the overall qualification of a mortgage, okay? So the FHA allows for less stringent guidelines when it comes to credit and the credit score that's available. Something else that is very helpful for our home buyers that are maybe in need of a little bit more assistance when it comes to that is the rates tend to be more favorable as well. So that brings the monthly payment down potentially a little bit lower, okay? And the cost to obtain that mortgage interest rate can be also a little bit lighter for the borrower overall. When it comes to the FHA overall, you know, there's a lot of funds that are out there that the FHA does provide for home buyers that may need a little bit of an assistance when it comes to that. And so one of the things that is very beneficial for an FHA buyer, if they have, you know, like a bankruptcy on their record, it requires less time to be discharged from that bankruptcy, because the whole determining factor for FHA is to provide more opportunity for more people to obtain the homeownership dream, right? And so at the end of the day, an FHA is a great program. Move into homes and purchase homes, which at the end of the day is a great benefit for not only the homeowners themselves, but the American economy overall.
Couple of quick things before we wrap up.
Yep.
What is a general credit score that someone would need to qualify for FHA?
So generally, you're looking at a baseline of 620. However, we do have FHA programs that can go down to 580. So when we do go below 620, between that 580 and 620, there's just more of a list of qualifications that we do have to manually underwrite to. And so we just need to make sure that if they are under that 620, above that 580, they might want to see that there has been some ability to get their credit increase. Like, do they have consistent employment over the last 2 years at the same employer, receiving the same paycheck or better, you know, over the last 2 years? From their credit history, do they have any late payments over the last 2 years? Are there certain things that we can do to make sure that, you know, with having somebody with, you know, a little bit lower than that 620 credit, is their future going to be able to sustain purchasing a home? And that's really where that would come into play. Not saying that it's not going to be conventional, but that's probably more of a qualifier for an FHA loan.
Okay, sounds good. And then one last thing that everybody probably cares about is what's generally a good down payment for an FHA loan?
No, that's a great question, Chris. So that's another benefit of having an FHA loan. It's a lower down payment, so it's a lower commitment from your cash funds that you currently have. 3.5% is the minimum down payment when it comes to an FHA loan, which makes it a little bit more affordable to get into that home for a home buyer perspective, right? And so, you know, most times we're looking at that 3.5% for that FHA. That's not to say that if somebody has more than 3.5%, absolutely, by all means, you know, to make your payment a little bit lower on a monthly basis. But 3.5% is generally where most people land for an FHA.
Okay, sounds good. And just for you people out there who didn't do the math yet, $200,000 house, 3.5% is about $7,000 now. So that's probably what you guys are looking at. Other than that, thanks, Tom, for talking to us.
My pleasure.
And we catch you guys later.